stuff, you know?
Okay. So, how do you feel today now that you've totally come out of the closet?
I feel amazing. I'm very happy. I'm very, very secure in who I am.
Don't you feel liberated? That's what every homosexual man tells me after they've come out of the not that you've come out of the closet, but when they've totally revealed themselves to the public,
Right.
they feel very empowered and liberated.
I do. I feel very empowered. I mean, it's a new life. It's a new life for me. Everyone knows. I don't have to hide anymore. I don't have to sit there and like, oh God, I'm like, what am I gonna say now? If he asks me this, like, how am I gonna answer this? I don't have to do that. Everyone knows. My treatment from all my friends in circle, business people, has not changed.
But
They
really,
treat
when
me
you
the
think
same
about
way.
it, you're gonna get more play now that everybody knows. In fact, some of these live people. Holla! He's single! We're gonna find out why he's single!
Oh man, jeez.
But for real, man, why don't you pitch some of the gay guys on live right
come
now?
on. My DM has been a little crazy. And I'm not even in that space to even like be there to like talk to anyone right now. I'm just not in that space.
So, okay, why?
What do you mean why?
You know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean. If you're not in the space to bang a couple guys on live Instagram, get happy and have some fun, you're in an emotional state. You're in an emotional state where you're either still in love with him or you're not over him.
In love with who?
Who do you think I'm talking about?
Are you referring to Jeffrey?
Yeah. Tell us about your relationship.
Right now, at the point I am single. This decision came about on February 6th.
Still fresh.
Very fresh. It's over a month now. And it was really not an easy decision to make. I'm a little still healing through the process. It was a very long-term relationship. It was a year and a half and 8 years knowing him. And I feel that, a lot of people...
You still love him, dude. I can tell in your face.
Of course, I still love him.
You're getting emotional and sentimental right now. Jeffrey, he still loves you, man. Come back.
I still love the person that I knew for all this time. I met 8 years ago, and the person I spent my life with for a year and a half, and I confided my all into. And I feel that the world, of course, that's the number one question I'm asked every day, and my DM is what happened. And I feel that it was very one-sided. People don't know what happened. They just feel that I flew to New York and I broke up with someone that I love, and that never happened that way. I'm going to tell you.
Did they do that for sensational purposes?
I never said what happened at the reunion.
Okay.
I felt that I feel that we gave our life to this show, and I felt that privacy was something that we should keep for ourselves. And it was so fresh. It was the night before the reunion. This happened, so I'm gonna get into what happened because I know that everyone wants to know. I've been getting so many questions about it. So we flew to New York together for the reunion. Of course, we were in our best state in the relationship. We arrived in New York City, and he had issues with his outfit for the reunion. Somebody custom made his outfit, some guy out of Atlanta, and I knew that he was very upset and overwhelmed about everything that he didn't like. So I tend to call on my best friend to help him fix the issue because I know him and my best friend fit the same size. So we flew. We got in an Uber, went to Brooklyn to fix the issue. It was my job as a lover, as a best friend, supportive to make sure if I'm great, he's great. I'm not gonna sit on the stage and be looking at me.
Ride or die, bitch.
I'm a ride or die, and I felt that was my duty to make him satisfied and to make him happy. So we fixed the issue. We got an amazing suit for him, and we got back to the hotel.
What did the suit look like? I'm kind of curious now.
The suit was fuchsia and black. It was an amazing suit for him. He loved it. On the way back to the hotel, we actually watched the show that night. It was a Monday night. And we watched the show, and he saw some couple of scenes he didn't like, of course, some scenes with Bobby he filmed about after the slap scene and what have you. And it was a very sentimental scene with me and him in front of that red Porsche, where I was telling him I came out to Prince, and I said that that it was a very sentimental scene for us, on the way back to the hotel, and he said that it was a very sentimental scene for you. And I looked at him and I said, why would you say something like that? I felt that we were in that scene together. It wasn't just me there emotional. We were there together holding each other. In that scene, you were holding me down, and I felt that took me a left. So I didn't really say much else in that car about it. I just, left it alone. We had an Uber driver driving us. And we got back to the hotel. It was very quiet. My tailor was in the elevator going up with us to fit my suit this time. After I got him together, and he was great to go. I went in the restroom to change into my suit. And he stepped out to say he was going to, use the phone to talk to his aunt. And I said, okay, cool. I didn't think nothing of it. This is the night before the reunion. It was around, I think, about 11:45 at night. I know the exact time because I looked at the time on my phone. And he walked out, and about 15, 20 minutes later, I was like, okay, where is Jeffrey? So I called him, and I said, I would like to, to get a second opinion on my suit for the reunion. And he's like, well, I'm on the phone with my aunt, and isn't the guy there? So I'm thinking, okay, well, I just...
After you just went to his place, you looked out for his best interest, and he can't turn the favor?
And you always want, that, that collective...
Support
from your mate in his opinion, and I was like, I said, okay, cool. I just, I let that go too. So it was 2 times I let that go. And next thing you know, I took a shower and I prepped things up for the reunion for the next day. And next thing you know, it was 1 o'clock. Next thing you know, it was 2 a.m. in the morning. And I called him and I said, in panic, in rage, I was like, it's 2:30 in the morning. Like, where are you? Like, you've been missing for hours. And I have the text message, I have the call logs in my phone. Of course, I can't pull it up because we're on live. But and I called him and I said, where are you? You've been missing for hours. I said, it's 2:30 in the morning. Where are you? He said, I'm up the street at a bar. And I said, up the street at a bar. I said, you in New York? You in New York for the first time? He's been there before, but like a layover. But this is his first time in New York City. I lived there for years. I know how New York can be. After 2:30 in the morning, you walk in the streets, people can rob you, they can take your phone, anything can happen. So here I am as a lover, in panic, and wondering where my boyfriend is. Tomorrow's a big day for us, and I feel that I should know where you are. You should let me know where you are, no matter what's going on. And I feel he said that he was up the street at a bar, and I saw you drinking. He said, no, I'm not drinking. I'm having a woosah. I said, a woosah? I said, do you know you have to be up at 7 a.m. and call time is at 9 for the reunion? So I said,
I'm going to ask you, a woosah, it could be many, many different things running through my mind right now. What exactly is a woosah?
I don't know what his reference was to that.
You didn't know what it was? It wasn't a drink?
I don't know. I asked him, was he drinking? He said no.
And it sounds like something you
get
on 34th Street.
And I can tell he wasn't drinking. I can just tell that he was frustrated with something. I just didn't know what it was. He didn't validate that on the phone. And, I told him, I said, we got into a little back and forth. I told him, I said, I canceled dinner plans with my best friends that's on the show. Michelle had a dinner party before the reunion. I canceled it to make sure you're my priority to go to Brooklyn.
And this is one of the most special moments in your life.
And this is our first time traveling together anywhere. This is our first time staying in a hotel anywhere. So to have your boyfriend missing for 4 hours the night before reunion, I was very, very in panic, and I did not. I've heard that he said we had an argument, and I know for sure we did not have an argument because I had my tailor in the room. I would never argue in front of my tailor that does my suits. And Michelle, hotel room was 1 room down from us. If anything would have been her, she would have heard it. It would have been an outburst. Someone would have heard it in that small hotel. It was a very boutique hotel. So there was not an argument. There was a back and forth on the phone about where he was. Any man and any woman would panic if that man has been missing for 4 hours in New York City. You don't know where they are. You haven't heard from them. So we got into that back and forth, and then he hung the phone in my face. And then I tried to call back. I called back from 3 to 4 to 5. I called my best friend. I called his best friend that was visiting, and no one knew anything. So here I am calling all night. So I literally, when you watched that reunion, I had 2 hours of sleep. I never went to bed because I stayed up wondering, is he going to come back? Is he okay? Did someone steal his phone? It was just out of love and panic.
You handled your business on the reunion very well.
I mean, you didn't get to see how emotional I was, but I was very emotional like I am now. And I feel that give an explanation to what you're feeling. It doesn't matter if it's not me. If it's just something you're going through, just let me know how you feel. And I feel that when you left, when he walked out of that room, in that hotel room, I think he abandoned the relationship, and he abandoned me. So when people look at this show and they portray me to be this way, the person that flew to New York City to leave their boyfriend, that was never my intention to go anywhere. If that's the case, we've been stopped filming that show. This show was wrapped a long time ago before we filmed the reunion. I could have did it a long time ago, but that was my intention to only use them for a TV show. That was never our intention. We spent hurricanes together. We had the hurricane in Florida. We were locked in my house for 3 days without water. Me and him spent that together. The hurricane would have wiped us out together. That's how our love was so strong. No one doesn't even know that. That wasn't even filmed. And to know, every holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, I was the first guy to meet his dad, JT Money, as a gay man. I was the first gay guy to meet his grandmother. My mom was the first. He was the first guy to meet my mom and be around her for holidays. So when people get this all mixed up and they say these hurtful things that, they're not real, or Malik used him, or Jeffrey used Malik. Jeffrey didn't use Malik, and I would always stand up for him for that. And I would never disrespect him because, of course, I still love him as a person. But I just feel that people, they don't see the inside of this situation. They just see a mockery on TV. And I feel that,
people think that I broke up with him for no reason. I broke up with him because Jeffrey never returned back from that hotel room from 11:45 at night. I never see them again. The producer came to my hotel at 7 a.m. and asked for his things, and that told me, you don't want to be with me. You don't want to see me. You don't want to be around me. He could have been the person at 7 a.m. instead of her. I would have appreciated that more. Give me an explanation. I didn't want to come back last night because I think we would have had an argument or whatever you thought. But don't bring someone to my hotel to ask for your things when we came here together. We're in this hotel together. We supposed to go on this reunion and be as a team, and whatever's coming at us to ambush us, we're supposed to hit it head on. That was my goal, to protect him protect me. You know, he was my responsibility in New York, and I was his. So for him to vanish for this third time, you know, this is not the first time he's done this. You know, he's vanished before in South Beach with me, all of us out as friends, and then come back for 4 hours. Then we had a scene filming in my house. He vanished for 2 hours. I couldn't find him in my building. So this is like a build-up. So when it came to the third time and it happened, I'm left by myself with no explanation, no communication. Don't know where he is. Is he okay? Is his phone stolen? Did he get robbed or anything? And I don't see you till the next day, the next night at 10 p.m. at the reunion. I felt my heart and my mind was not even in my body at the reunion. I wasn't even there. My body, it seemed like someone placed my body in New York City, and my mind and my heart was in Miami. And it was just
you were in shock.
I was in shock as well as everybody else is. And everyone know I may have made a mistake of breaking up with him on live TV. I will admit that I'm a man. And but you have to say to yourself, when a person puts you in position and they abandon your relationship and they abandon you, what are you left to do? You
didn't break up with him. He broke up with you.
That's how I saw it. But, you know, he's his own person. He may have his own reply to it, however he feel, and I will respect how he felt because you have two different people that are not the same. But that's how I felt. So when it came to answering the questions and we were sitting separately on each couch, on separate couches, I felt that he broke up with me before I broke up with him. So all I had was my own stuff to defend. And that's why I said that we don't belong together, we're not compatible, because I felt that anyone that's compatible does not leave someone like that in a city that they travel with together. If you love someone like you say you do, you would text and say, Malik, I'm not coming back. This is what it is, or this is how I feel. Say something. But to have me up all night long, I never went to sleep. I had 2 hours of rest. So if you watch the reunion again, I had bags on my eyes that carried probably tons of gold. You know?
I got many questions, you know. Did VH1 orchestrate this?
No.
You sure?
I don't know what's behind the scenes with that, but I feel that me hearing things that he spoke to close people of my circle, that this is something that he felt and was the best decision for him to feel better about the situation, however he felt. And I felt, like I said, that
okay, how did he feel and why did he do this?
The response that I got from close people, you know, and people say, you know, I'm gonna get to your question. People say, you know, why didn't you have this conversation private with him? I never had a chance. When he left that hotel room at 11:45 p.m. on February 5th, he never came back. We were sitting in that place for the reunion. I never had a chance to see him, never had a chance to talk to him. He didn't force to see me. Anything is possible. We're grown men. No one can make you do anything. So if you want to get something of closure done, you will make it happen. Mm-hmm. And I feel that I never had that chance to have that private conversation. So the next thing you knew, it was just lights, stage, to say my piece. And I feel that I wish we had a chance.
The two things that run through my brain when you're talking is, one, it sounds kind of fishy from a VH1 perspective. And secondly, where the hell was he?
The reply I got from everyone was he was put in his own room the night before the reunion. So the thing that bothered me the most, hands down, and like I said, I love this guy with all my heart. But what hurt me the most was when I watched that reunion. I had to walk out of my own watch party because I saw the clip he had backstage, and he said that now I have to get my own hotel room, and this is whack that he did this to me. I didn't see this coming. I was blindsided. You were never with me the night before. You walked out of the hotel room the night before at 11:45 p.m. You never came back. So there's no blind side. There's no shock. There's no, I didn't see this coming. You did because you never came back to me.
But Malik,
you never told me anything.
Malik, what do you do to instigate his behavior? Something. You can't just say he arbitrarily dumped on you unless he was cheating with somebody, obviously.
I would never put cheating on Jeffrey.
Okay, then if it wasn't cheating, what is it you personally did as his special friend to make him go off the grid?
like I said, I couldn't answer that question. I've tried. Listen, this breakup has been over a month and 3 weeks. I've tried from every measure to reach out to him through his grandmother, through his aunt, through his best friend, through my mom has called on her own because she loves him to death. My best friend himself, he's tried, and I feel that there's no, if you don't have an answer, how do you know? If you don't have closure, how is it going to be better?
Do you want closure, or do you want him back?
At this point, the way things have been going, I've seen a lot of change in the person that I've dated for a year and a half and been knowing 8 years. I think the way he's moved, I think, for me, I can only speak for myself. Me being in a relationship that long and me confiding my all into him, and even for a show, this was all new to me. I would never move in the way he's moved. I would never, I think, let me back it up to think a little bit, because I think Jeffrey was not his full self when he was with me. I feel that me seeing him now with the shirt off and hosting parties with no underwear on and no shirt, and every time you look on Instagram, it's a shirt off moment, and I've always got the reply from him, oh, this is only for my swimwear, this is what's for swimwear, this is not. But I think, people respect things when they're in a relationship, and they respect your what you ask. And I will always respect him for that, because he know I would not let that fly, being in a relationship every 5 seconds, your shirt is off. I don't know if this is what his goal was, to be a sex symbol, but now I've seen it. I mean, we don't follow each other. We have each other blocked on Instagram.
Okay.
So I don't see nothing. People tag me, screenshot things to me all the time, because, of course, some people want us to be together. Some people want closure, and not even just me. People on the outside.
Well,
fans.
here's a variable. Celebrity, newfound celebrity. I mean, he wouldn't be getting buck-ass naked at the hotel pool if perhaps VH1 didn't put him on.
I mean, I don't know. I just, all I know now is that it's a different person.
Come on, I don't believe you. I really don't. You definitely have an idea. Before you had a relationship with him before he went on the show, how did he change?
I feel that TV does change people. I was always warned by friends, like, I can't judge our relationship until this show is out, until we see how you guys go. I can't believe that it's gonna last for real. And I always try to prove people wrong. I would always stand by it. Whatever we've been through the most worst issues you can imagine. But every relationship has those. You're gonna have an argument. This is our first breakup. People think their argument with him in my house was a breakup. No, it was an argument. We separated for a day and we came back as men and brought closure. We never have broken up until this one time. And this was the reunion. And I made a decision for myself. I can't have anyone keep stabbing you and pouring salt in the same wound of vanishing and leaving. And the apologies that kept coming and happening. And I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna say I'm perfect on this radio show. He's not perfect. We both have had our issues. We both have tried to work them out. But I feel that was the draw for me to say, okay, this is enough. When you walk out of a relationship and you abandon someone like this and abandon your relationship, you don't give it no explanation or validation, I feel that you don't care. And I felt that when I saw him, it was just tunnel vision to end it. And I may have said some things out of anger. We all do that when we're upset, when we're hurt. And that was the real Malik. And I will forever, ever love him as a person. I will forever respect him. I will forever respect his family, his dad. I would never do anything to try to damage his brand, and I would never do anything to there's a lot of rumors that I've been hearing about people saying that I'm like blocking his bookings from a lot of promoters that I know. And I'm gonna say hands down, I don't know if he's watching or not, but I would never block anything from his blessings, because I think we both got in this together. We both worked our ass off, and I feel that that hurt me a lot for him to believe that I would block him from getting money, because I know this is our second income, and I feel that I would never do that to him. And I think I had a conversation with a certain individual about that. I was booked first for something, and I had to do LA for NBA All-Star, and I was waiting, and my best friend, my booking agent, was waiting to book the ticket, because we didn't know if I can make New York or I can fly from New York to LA to host in LA. And I said, let's wait it out. Tickets go up and up for NBA All-Star. So next thing you know, I saw a flyer pop up, and Jeffrey's hosting a party. So my question was to the individual, like, as a professionalism and as a friend, just reach out to me and let me know, Malik, okay, I'm going to book Jeffrey instead of you because you can't make the date. And that's okay, because I can't make the date. I can't be in two places at one time with one person. I'm a human. So I would never block
and say, oh, well, don't book him because I'm gonna be in LA. I would never do that. My question was to the individual. Like, bro, this is a business. Let my booking agent know that you booking Jeffrey. That's fine. That's okay. I'm happy for him. I would never, in the way that the individual turned it and twisted it as Malik is out here blocking your bookings. That was never the goal. The intention was, listen, bro, you got to be professional. You got to be a friend and let me know where I'm going. That way I can be out of here.
Buddy, in this broadcast, I think you've testified that you do have support for him.
I do
and
have
that you
support,
do care about him.
1000%.
And there's no disrespect.
No matter we're not together, no matter we would never be friends, I will always support him. But to hear that took him over the edge to feel that we don't have a conversation that's needed. I think you meeting someone in one night and they're giving you some kind of energy that you feel that I really did that. You should come to a person that you've known for almost 9 years and question and ask me, Malik, did this happen? Did you say this? I'm owed that. But to go around and believe a person you just met because they're mad because I question their professionalism, and people do that every day. The twist and turn of story is terrible, and I feel that hurt me to the core. That I feel that we have been through so much together, and I've shared my deepest hurts with him, with my father and everything, and I feel that he should have asked me something. I feel that we were more than lovers, we're best friends. We've been through so much together, and I feel that this show and people in his ear, people in my ear, new people in our lives have turned it so tarnished that I don't even know if he can be fixed. I want it to be fixed. I want it to be communication between us because I love him. I love his family. I know my family loves him, but I just think that with the attention, the Instagram, the following, all this stuff that's happening, and it just, when you get attention, you want more. You want more. You want more. You want 30,000 followers, 40,000. When you do anything to keep at that, and it's not about that. It's about real life. You know what I'm saying? Because I know people that have over 300,000 followers and very unhappy, and they don't have nothing.
Was VH1 a curse for you in your relationship? It's okay if they are.
I don't think VH1 was a curse for us in our relationship. I feel that if you are two strong individuals, you can last through anything.
You just said celebrity is addictive, and it spirals, it snowballs. So in that case, doesn't that play a role in tarnishing your relationship to some degree?
I can't answer that for anyone else. I know for me, I'm strong for this. I feel that I can handle any battle. You know what I'm saying? Through anything, no matter TV or not. I feel that even off camera, we didn't film. We were still together. We still were going through what we were going through. You know, and I can't answer that question for him.
Okay.